He's a clinical exercise physiologist who has helped Tyler Perry, LL Cool J, and Mario Lopez get fit. Jimmy Pena is also a New York Times bestselling author, and his latest book, Pray Fit, helps grow both your fitness and your faith. Jimmy, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Before we start the show, can we just talk about what was it like working with Mario Lopez?
That's what we really want to know.
LL Cool J.
Right out of the gate.
Yes, I want to know.
Why
That's what we really want.
Are you responsible
Well, for Mario?
how he looks? Or?
Yeah, they made me look like a genius, right? No, it's great. I'm really blessed. I'm helping some really great people, some awesome projects. So, but yes, I'm responsible for it.
Okay,
He's the guy.
Yeah.
Well, you heard us talking at the beginning of the show about just the lengths that we will go to deal with our growing waistlines. So tell us, and try not to be too brutally honest, but is there any quick
Don't
fix?
get too personal here, but
Yeah, you know, it was interesting hearing about the pacemaker for your stomach. I'd rather talk about the peacemaker for your stomach, because truly, there is a way. If we make health, you know, important in our lives and a balance, you know, we don't need quick fixes. Really, I mean, I come from the land where fads are made, and really, you know, diets don't work. People work, you know.
Yeah.
So the reason fads don't really kind of stand the test is because people don't learn anything from them. That's the key. If you don't learn what foods do to your body, they're not gonna last. So it's really about learning what all kinds of foods, how they help you, how they make you more energetic, and that's the key. Putting yourself in a position to wake up stronger, go to bed, sleep well, and move. We have to start moving. We're not motivated enough. I mean, obesity in across the world, especially in the United States, where I come from, it's so bad. It's something that we see, yet we don't yet really feel inside. So that's important.
Well, your book is Pray Fit, and to me it kind of seems, I don't want to say like an oxymoron, but I would never think pray and fitness together. I really wouldn't. And so how does that work, and how do you even start thinking that, you know, as you're working out, you pray, or before or after, and does that really help?
or can I just pray?
Can we just pray and not do any fitness?
I wish, but you know what? We're not doing either as much as we probably should. You know, but you know, to answer your question, Pray Fit is basically just a resource, just a place to, you know, develop habits, spending some time reading God's Word, getting motivated, and then doing something that you enjoy. I'm asked all the time, what's the best thing for me to do to get into shape? And it's really, the answer is simple. It's whatever you enjoy doing. It's whatever you'll do. Because I could tell you, hey, listen, go and do cross-country skiing. But if it's not something that you enjoy, if it's not practical or feasible, it's the worst advice a physiologist from Mario Lopez could tell you. It's whatever you'll enjoy doing. People will work at what they like to play at. So we need to start having fun again. You know, and this book in specific is just a body weight only at-home plan that doesn't take very long, because it's using your body as resistance is pretty tough. Even though the exercises are pretty simple, the key is to take it, you know, to the max every day, which doesn't, like I said, doesn't take long. But doing your best in a few minutes a day can change your life.
So what if what I love is like laying on the couch and eating chips? Like what if, like literally, there are some people who just don't like to move.
Yeah, don't like to exercise
What do you tell
at
those
all.
people?
At all.
You gotta change that paradigm. You know,
There's a bigger issue.
Yeah,
right, but there might be something else. Might need a psychologist on the
Right.
panel.
Do you want to move over and you can just talk with Cheryl about that?
But psychology is a huge part of it. Like when I was looking through this book, there's a lot of retraining your mind, the way you think about things, the way you approach things. I mean, it seems that's almost where it starts.
Yeah, you got to make those small battles, those small decisions, really. And it can be the smallest of things that make the biggest difference. Truly, you know, if you were to ask me, hey, what can someone do like right now to make a change? It would be, you know what? Turn the television off 10 minutes earlier than you normally would, and go outside and take a walk with your spouse or your significant other, your friends, your kids. You know, push away from the table just a few minutes earlier, you know, as a means of saying, hey, listen, I'm thankful for my health. I'm thankful for my life. I'm not going to overindulge. I'm going to make small decisions that are going to make a big impact. And if you do that day in, day out, you start creating those habits. You start feeling a little better. The weight comes off. The blood pressure comes down. You start feeling, you know, better about yourself. And then you're able to serve one another better, serve God better. You know, it all is going to change when you take those little baby steps.
Now, I'm someone, though, that I like to see results. I like, if I'm going to put my hand to something and work hard at something, I got to see results. So a little bit every day, but I want to see the results right away as well.
No, those little things every day, they will actually make very good change. In fact, the PrayFit plan that I discuss in this book is called the density principle, meaning more work in less time. And you know, I might be able to demonstrate something later on for y'all.
That's good.
All right, drop 20.
I saw that coming. I saw that. That's right.
We want to see how fit you really are.
But no, if all you can do, let's say, is like you say, 20 push-ups today, or 5 push-ups today, tomorrow the goal is just 1 more. Because if today's your best, tomorrow that's your minimum quest. So if you can actually do your best today, which you were saying, yeah, I want results. You're going to get results. We're going to get results as a people, for our kids and for our families. We're going to see results if we ask of ourselves. The body can do so much more than we think it can. We're not asking. You know, we talk about we really want to get in shape. No. If we wanted to get into shape, we'd be in shape. We would change our lives if we really got serious. So if we
what's blocking you? That's what I want.
So
why are so many people not there?
Are we lazy? Or are we overwhelmed? Like, what is it that's keeping us from going there?
Well, I'm sure there are plenty of reasons, but no excuses. You know, so
I have a few that I come up with.
I see why Mario Lopez looks the way he does. You're tough.
No. But you know, people that make those kinds of changes and those commitments, they flip that switch. They obviously, we all have things going on in our lives, and like I said, it doesn't take long. We spend a lot of time doing things that probably, you know, it's not going to last heaven, you know. So we can really pull back and reprioritize little things in our lives. It might mean getting up a little earlier. It might mean, like I said, those small sacrifices. But everyone can do it, and to be good examples.
What I appreciated as well is that it's not just about the fitness, right? It's not about the crunches, or it's really about a spiritual journey that you go on attached to getting fit.
Yeah, you know, like C.S. Lewis said, you know, you don't have souls, you are souls. You have bodies, you know. So it's really about taking care of the body that carries what's going to last. So that's what PrayFit's. PrayFit is just a blend of balance. We give the relative proportion of importance that the physical needs, in combination with what's most important.
And it's easy, because as I was looking through the book, you've got pictures to show exactly how to do things. You actually have a journal. It's a journal of checking off what you've done. You've got verses, and then at the back, you have a really great nutrition for the week of the food. Because for me, I get overwhelmed about the eating part. Like, because I like comfort food, I like carbs, I like, you know, sometimes craft dinner, you know, when I'm feeling like, and this is like, you know, your food choices are like yummy. So it's not like I have to cut out all the stuff that I love. And your exercise are pretty simple. It's not something that that overwhelms me as well, doing all these crazy things at the gym. So it is accessible for a lot of people. It's not something that like a, you know, superstar, you know, can only pay for. These are things you can just do in your home.